Hey, I just wanted to show you a little something that I found like a few months ago. I thought it was an interesting little find. Might not be interesting to some people, but in any case, yeah. This is the Versus Fighting Pad from PDP, which under normal circumstances, you would buy this for your PlayStation 3 so you could play fighting games such as Street Fighter 4 and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and the Mortal Kombats and I don't know what other fighting games do they have on there. I don't know. As you could probably surmise, though, I do not have a PS3. The highest PS I have is a 2, maybe even a P, but not a 3. However, this does, as you can probably see in the corner, this does have a USB connection. So I figured I would buy this for my PC because, you know, as I've tested with a couple other PS3 controllers with USB outputs, you could actually plug in a USB-based PlayStation 3 controller into your PC and it would work just fine. Tried it with a couple other controllers that I sampled and it works fine. So I figured I get this because it, you know, has one of those micro switched controller pads. I guess digital micro switching pads things. It sounds really nice. The only other thing that has something like this is the Neo Geo Pocket Color, and I think the Neo Geo CD controllers might have something like this. I could be wrong. I didn't have a CD thing, but I've seen it in the video somewhere. Even the buttons have these little micro switches, and they feel really nice. Makes a nice little sound. Some people might not like that sound, but it makes a really sound. You got your trigger buttons, you know, and it really feels like nice. Little grip's really nice, though, I think. The problem with this thing is that when I plug this into the PC, and I usually use this, I wanted to use a good controller for MAME. But the problem with this is that when I plug this in and I go to the joystick, the gamepad setup, this is recognized as a hat, you know, which is what they assign the D-pad. It's not a joypad button, so if I were to run this in MAME, I got to set it up manually. Okay, fair enough. I usually like setting up my buttons anyways, but if I were to do this in an emulator, because I like dabbling in emulators every so often, usually for the ROM hacks or some of the more obscure stuff that you normally, I want no chance in hell I'd be getting the actual physical copies of, you know. Morally questionable? Yeah, sure, but on the other hand, you know, everybody else is doing it, so why? Shouldn't dwell too much on that. In any case, if I could set it up in MAME, fine, but some emulators and some games that I have don't recognize this at all. So, you know, it serves a purpose for some stuff, but for the rest of it, not happening anytime soon. So, yeah, it's a bit of a drawback there. And that's sort of why I had to get myself a 360 controller for Windows, which worked a hell of a lot better, and it was wireless. So there was not much use for this thing, but other than that, I thought it was it's a well-made controller for the most part. You know, trigger buttons are good. I like this little micro switching thing. The buttons feel nice. You know, there's a nice grip to it. Sorry if I'm not sampling the gripping part of it. I'm using the camcorder to hold the other. Oh wait, using the other hand to hold the camcorder. There. So yeah, that's my Versus Fighting Pad. For PlayStation 3 that I use on my PC because I could, and yeah, I just wanted to show that little tidbit there, and that's about it. I don't know if I should do more of these, but whatever. Till next time, take care, and good night.